First, got to get back on the swing of things. Everyone's itching to murder some cultists and plunder and perform in a rock band and do all that good jazz. So I'm going to give you a small recap and review what I kind of had talked about with some people in terms of downtime. The basic premise is last week, okay, you guys got some time, 2 weeks ago now, it's been a while. You guys got some time to do some investigating. And you guys looked around for clues. You went to a shady bar where you had found that, and I'll bring up the map just so we're talking about the same thing here, that the other group, okay, one of the groups you had found at a crappy tavern had people gone missing sort of in this area here. Where's my little thingy that does the bips? I click and hold, right? Aha! Right? And you guys had found out that you guys had actually gone missing. Your stuff is over here. And these guys were kind of over here. Then you tracked down another caravan at another shadier bar and grossly intimidated the barkeep into convincing you to tell you where these guys had gone off. Had rented horses, taken off on a wild chase across the desert, no, just into the woods, down the path, where you found these other people. The two elves in question sought your help to finding their friends, where you discovered an empty cave, and while investigating the cave, you found the corpses of their missing friend, along with some other corpses. So you buried, and you guys went your separate ways. Since then, you guys said you were coming back to town, and that's how we sort of ended it. So what I decided, because we had a sort of week break, was that we would do a little bit of downtime in between, sort of like you guys getting back to town, doing some investigation, those kind of things, working on whatever. So some of you have asked for a couple of different things. So Gerald has had his hide cured and has performed today. Some other people, mainly Matcha, has been working with Gerald Scholes and looking for some animal stuff. Okay. And generally, you guys have just been looking around and getting used to the town a little bit. Nothing bizarre has happened just yet. It's been about a day and a half since you guys have gotten back. Just enough time to return the horses. You all get your 10 gold pieces deposit back.
Oh, is it 10 minus the 2 for the actual day, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Buckholz and I split, so we get 4 back each, so we'll pay half of the day. And then I lent money to Daylin, so you had 3, so you'll take the full brunt of the thing and I'll get the rest of my money back, or?
Let's go with that.
Okay. I think that leaves me with 9. Yeah, I think that's... I'll do the math.
Okay.
Alrighty. And I did investigation, right? With
yes.
Yeah.
So you investigated. So I think a couple people, I don't know what, I didn't get a chance to talk to Nala and Buckholz about what they were going to be doing, but you guys can let me know if there's anything specific you guys wanted to do in the day and a half you had between sort of getting back to town and where we pick up today.
Buckholz will just be spending some time at his new digs in the Smith's Alley there, promoting the Braun Envil name, doing some displays with his runic armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, if somebody comes by and questions me, I'd pass them like a sword and just tell them to take a swing and just let him hit me.
Okay. Very cool. Now, are you doing anything interesting? Are you helping investigate? What are you doing?
I would be kind of like asking around the town about like if they knew of any Goliath settlements that had been like destroyed, kind of, and, like mountain folk, if they had like seen any come through or anything like that.
Cool. So what we'll do for Mare and Nala is once you guys both make investigation checks, once per day. So we get 2 rolls,
Okay.
and we'll see how you guys did in your investigation. Buckholz, you can make a charisma check just to see if you are enticing people into
Can I make a persuasion check to persuade them to?
You can do that too. Yeah.
All right. Hey.
Okay. Cool. All right. So very good. So we'll start. So Nala, you hear through the grapevine that the clans sort of like of Goliath tend to be in the north, and they're nomadic in nature, and they sort of hang around people that people see. Sometimes they come down into the empire, but they tend to not be as common. They're more in the north. Seeing 2 of you guys together in the same sort of party is pretty rare in these parts. Nothing so much as like recent tribes in the area.
Okay.
Buckholz, you did pretty well. It seems some people were interested in your thing. There's quite a few people that said they would come back and be interested in your wares, and they've taken your name down. So you started to get a pretty good name for yourself. I'd say a good 5 to 10 people sort of took notice of your shop, and where you're at.
Cool.
Okay, Mare, you after poking around, discovered that, and what specifically are you looking for? Just in terms
I'm looking for the 2 half elves. They were talking about this R-Line Industries.
Yeah.
That was the one that was the merchant group that
Yeah.
led them through the travels. So I'm looking into that, and especially looking for the human male they talked about, Ian or something like that. But mostly I'm kind of trying to look and see if we can charter a trip out with one of their caravans, I think, just because that seems like the best lead.
Okay. So while you haven't been able to charter a caravan, there's actually not a whole lot of people that actually know about Arlen Industries or anything along that name. You tried a bunch of different things. The only real hint you got is that one old sailor in particular that you sort of stumbled across while walking down an alley said that, sometimes he's seen a couple ships leave the docks every once in a while that might have had some crates with that name on it. He says that they're in the southern docks. So if we're looking at the map here, it's sort of in this area, which is the less sort of good part of the docks. It's more a little bit shadier part of the docks. The ones up by the Fabulous Things, these are the high-end sort of merchant ships, and noble ships are sort of in this area here, and the trade stuff happens right around this mouth. But the lower docks down around here tend to be a little bit sketchier. They're just a little bit off to the side, a little bit more run down, less well maintained. So that you've heard that there might be some stuff going on in the docks. At least somebody's heard about it, and that's where you kind of get from there.
Perfect. That's something awesome.
Okay, so it is now daytime, morning. You guys have gone back. You've returned your horses, gotten your information, had some time to get to know the town, tan some goods, perform. What do you guys do? It's morning time. It's breakfast time. You guys are coming down to the tavern for a first
Time
meal.
to eat. I'm waiting for everyone at the tables downstairs.
Sure.
I'm an early riser, so I probably already eaten my breakfast, and I'm ready to talk business.
Hey, Watcher.
Have
Hope you're having fun.
Breakfast beer. Start the day off right.
Yeah, I'll head down. I'll order my breakfast now. Just water. And breakfast. And breakfast. I'm like, wait, hold on. Morning, Mata.
Just
Okay, so you guys are all going to meet in the main tavern. You're all there.
Okay.
You guys can discuss your day. You can decide what you're doing.
I ask how everyone's doing first, because see if there's anyone who has anything they want to talk about before I break the gentle morning mood.
No.
No?
All right. Well,
We're
then
good.
Nothing
I get
too
right
much.
to business. I talk about how I bumped into the old sailor, and he gave me the information about the shadier docks to the most southern part of the city, and that we might be able to find something about Arline Industries down there. But I didn't want to go alone, just in case. Anyone wishing to come with me?
Has anyone spoken to Juth in the last 2 days?
I've been preoccupied myself.
Should we ask him maybe anything he knows about the southern docks?
We could definitely go ask him. It slipped my mind, honestly. We should go see Juice. It's certainly time.
Is he the head guard? I forget. I just remember him as Juth the guard.
Juth is
He's the guard of the area, right?
Yeah, so like if
The
you wanted
market.
to take the city divided into like 4 quarters, right? He's in charge of sort of the quarter that you guys are in.
Okay.
So pretty much like where the Lucky Lady is, this road right here, everything north and west of the river.
Okay.
That's his sort of area. Okay.
Just everyone get some breakfast and we head on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
Get the breakfast like
Buckholz is going to stay and perform in the inn. No, kidding. I'm mixing up names. Gerald is going to stay and perform in the inn. We'll see if he rejoins us later, but for now he will be performing in the Lucky Lady.
All right.
I was really hoping to see Buckle's performance.
Yeah,
It's been a while, but I'll give it my best.
Sorry.
Just wear clothes this time.
It's been a
Oh,
part of the
pretty
performance.
Sure that's how the performance goes.
it's been a bit.
It's a magic sword.
It's been a couple weeks, okay? I'm gonna get back into names, okay? Okay, so the guard sort of post, the main sort of building in this area is not too far away. It's close to the market. It's a couple blocks away. So you head over to see Juth. He looks a little bit disheveled when you walk in. He actually looks like maybe he hasn't slept in a day, or maybe he's slept in his clothes. He's kind of a little bit more raggedy than you have seen him in the past. Looks kind of tired. But he looks over and when he sees you guys come in, he goes, "Hello, guys. Long time no see. How's it going?"
It's been all right. And I've been doing some investigation. Everyone's been recharging their batteries. How have you been, Juth?
It's busy. The amount of shit in the city has just increased exponentially over the last couple of days. People killing each other and fires in the street and dead flaming dogs and I don't know.
Jesus.
It's just hell. Have you made any progress on finding out anything on why these fiends are after you and what's going on in our city?
We have a name of a business. Arline Industries.
Arline doesn't ring a bell as a business. I don't know why anyone would name themselves after Arline, anyways.
Who's Arline?
Arline? Arline was the 13th merchant who was murdered by the other merchant kings. He was. We don't know. It happened about 100 years ago. Maybe less. But he was building power up in the west to join the Merchant Kings and become their 13th. And something happened. And the story says that he was killed. The merchants say that he was traitorous and had to execute him. So I don't know why anyone...
Didn't the cultists speak of Arline when they were talking about their master?
I thought that was the demon. Like, I think I'm wrong.
I out of character. It's in my notes that their master's name is Arline. So I think
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So I think there is a connection between the 13th merchant, and that we are on the right track. If we can find Arline Industries, I think we found the cult.
Hmm. So
Well,
are we
that's
dealing with some undead here then?
undead. Oh, well, that would be shit on the cake, wouldn't it? I'm not too sure what you'd be dealing with, but it's not good. Whatever you can find would be doing me a favor and a service to the town, and I would remember
Juice.
it.
Is there a guard that's in charge of this most southern dock in the city?
Oh yeah, there's like a head guard like myself. You mean?
Yeah, if you could put us in touch with him, I'd like to. A sailor told me that there had been boats with the name Arline Industries on them, down in that
Interesting.
dock alone.
Well, you could go talk to Loris. Loris is in charge of that section and that area. He might have some information.
How do you spell that?
Lhoris.
Lhor. And whereabouts in the city, in that section, would we find, I guess, the guard tower or hall?
They're closer to the docks. They're down to the south in this area here. Loris is a bit of a pompous ass, so be on your guard. He's one of those righteous elves that just sort of think that everyone should bow to him. So just tell him I sent you. I'll write you a letter because he'll probably give you some shit. Just stand by.
Much appreciated, Juice.
Do you think we should send him some gifts?
No, we wait. No, if he's too pompous, they'll expect them every time. We can't get them into the habit of that.
You guys do what you must. I will just give you a letter of introduction, just so he doesn't throw your asses in the brig just for bugging him. Give me a second. So he jots down just a quick little letter of introduction, saying that he's asked you to look into some things for him. Stamps it with a seal, folds it up, and gives it to you guys.
Awesome.
He goes, if you get into trouble with the guards, you let them know you're helping me out. Show them this paper. It's kind of general. Don't get my name in shit. I have faith in you guys. You guys have been good to me so far. So keep it up.
Murray tucks that away. She just yanks it and grabs it first. Super fast. Thank you very much. I'll take great care with this.
Anything else I can do for you guys while you're here?
I think we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're good.
You guys be safe. Be careful. Shit's not normal right now, so just be on your toes. Okay?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. All right then. Have a good one. And he kind of
About to speak with you.
rubs his face and he's tired and sort of waves you a fond goodbye.
Alrighty. To the docks then? Or at least to the guards tower near the docks.
Let's
Aye.
head on in.
Alright.
Lead the way, Mirai.
So
Aye.
you make your way through town. It's about, I would say, a good half an hour's walk, sort of. It's a pretty busy town, so you make your way through there and you manage to, use your map and follow the instructions to sort of find the building. And the door is closed right now. It's a big sort of wooden door with some etchings and some white paint with blue sort of lace, not lace, but sort of like a flowered symbol of the guard. And there's a metal sort of box on the door, and it's sort of closed right now.
Murray looks to the group and then looks at the building and then looks to the group again and it's like, I think I see what Juice means about the guard captain. She knocks. Yeah, go for it.
Pound on the door.
Let's go. Up high and down low. They'll never know what was at the door.
Okay, so you knock. You wait a little bit. You hear scuffle, 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 scuffle. Somebody's like dragging their feet as they walk over. A big like clink, like metal sound as they sort of unlatch something, and the door slowly creeps open, and you see this sort of blonde-haired elf with like long, well immaculated hair. His nails are done. In a uniform jacket that's perfectly pleated on each fold. He looks in and goes, "Hello."
Good day. The most chipper good day you can possibly get, like the perkiest.
Yes.
So early in the morning.
We were sent by Juve. We wish to speak with you.
You're speaking?
Are we?
Yes.
I whispered to Mari, "Show him the letter. Show him the letter."
I get out the letter and I hold it like as high as I can. I'm just like holding it up like a scroll.
He grabs it, looks at it. Yes.
Do you know anything about the R-Line Industries that have been in and out of the docks lately?
Our line. No, doesn't ring a bell.
No bells? None?
Insight check.
Do an insight check, absolutely. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't look like he's lying.
Okay.
Doesn't... I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, you got 50 boats coming in and out of here every day. And, well, there's all kinds of people here. We have ledgers, there are books, okay? But I can't let you just go through looking through everyone's books, okay? I understand that you're helping Juth. That's wonderful. But, we're constable. We inspect goods at times when they're not legit. We don't take ledgers of who comes in and out of the docks. That's the dock master's work. But the docks are that way.
And where would we find the dock master in specific?
I would assume by the docks. He's
Has there
there.
been anything?
What's that?
Has there been anything especially shady going on here
No.
in this area?
Outside of some random people coming to my door, it's been very quiet.
Insight check.
Cast guidance on him. 1d4, baby.
Don't need it.
It's
Okay, fine.
so.
I need it.
Yeah. You kind of get the impression that you don't know if he's agitated by your presence or by something else, but he doesn't necessarily seem like he's not necessarily lying, but he may not be interested in telling you something. He's kind of trying to not speak more in detail on what's going down. Everything is perfect in his mind. That's how he wants you to see it, but it may not be legit.
All right.
Okay.
Keep quiet.
Well, Maria claps her hands together and she's like, well, if we run into any cultists and they ask any questions, we'll be sure to point them your way for, just make sure that it's well known that you've been helping us out around here. Got good PR.
There's no cultists in my neck of the woods. We run a tight ship here. Everything is fine. There are no problems.
Oh,
You won't
no,
find
so
any cultists.
There's not been any hellhounds in the city at all.
Well,
and
not
whatnot?
in my section of the city. My section has been
Nobody
perfectly
killing
fine.
themselves out of
There's
nowhere.
none of that. I mean, people die all the time, but I mean, like, nothing specific.
Well,
Nothing-
we're in your
nothing-
part of the city now, so get ready for it.
Please be sure to tell us if anybody kills themselves and suddenly turns into...
You seem like maybe the type of people I should be watching more closely. You're saying
Well, I can
a lot
turn
of
into a dog.
lots
Just that I
of
don't need to
weird,
die to do it.
lots of weird.
Well, you did say there were some randos at your door.
Kind of looks behind him. Carter! Carter, there's some interesting folk out here talking about suicides and bloody dogs.
Want me Oh, welcome. So, unless you have anything else here, we should move.
Oh, that's so sad. And he closes the door.
Oh man. Yeah, well, off to the Dockmasters.
Perfect.
See if he's more helpful.
If not, maybe we can play one against the other or something. We'll see.
So you head down. Are you heading down to the southern docks where you sort of heard that there might have been things there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there is there only one Dockmaster for all the docks, or is it like there one at the southern part?
You could take a look. Like obviously, like there are two distinct, separate. Like there are multiple dock sections, right? So there,
Right.
You've been told at least that you heard that there is a noble's dock. There is sort of the high end dock, and then there are the southern docks where they seem to be three distinct sort of dividers. But you'd have to sort of figure out what's going on over there. Oh, I've got sawdust in my eyes. It's really, really, really.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
It's so much fun. So if you see me crying, it's not because I'm emotional.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
All right, to the southern docks.
Cool.
Say the docks.
So you head over to the docks, and they're actually pretty massive. There's quite a lot of boats. It's busy. It's loud. It's a lot like a market. There are sailors and there are loaders and there are dock hands, people loading goods in and out into wagons. Lots of carts and things being loaded onto ships, off to ships. It's a pretty hectic sight, and it's very clear to you who the deckmaster is. You can see there is a sort of raised, almost like a watchtower platform with a sort of like a burly dwarf. Like a burly dwarf with sort of grayish orange beard, standing on a box so you can see he's sort of at the same height as everybody else, sort of shouting orders at people. This is he seems to be one of the more colorful swearers in the near world. The amount of stuff that you've heard just in the 30 seconds come out of his mouth as he insults people and yells at them and telling them what to do seems to be quite proficient at sitting there and grumbling. So
I like him already.
yeah.
Impressive indeed.
Before we get up to him, Buckles is gonna get a little plan B going here. I'm gonna go into my bag and get out the old figure 8 necklace and the little cracked stone I picked up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get my little rogue out of my man purse, and I'm gonna let him sort of sniff for it and see if he can find anything like it in the dock somewhere.
Okay, so you're gonna send him off looking while you're talking to this guy. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's make an investigation check, and then we'll just to see how he does.
All right. Can it be perception? For him?
Is he not? He's not looking for stuff, right? He's smelling and trying to track things.
Yeah,
down.
like pick up the scent and see if he recognizes any attire or sails or the smell of brimstone.
Okay, well, do a perception check. Hey, Queen Noe.
Sniff for evil.
There's a kid for that.
And you're not seeing through his eyes, so it's his perception, right?
Correct. That's 1
13. Okay.
and 14.
Okay. Cool. So we'll come back to that. He's looking around. We'll say he's investigating. What do you guys do? So you got the guy up there. It's on sort of like a thing. It's on a towerish. I'd say it's about 20 feet in the air right now, and he's barking orders at sort of people around it.
Are there any seagulls around, or birds, or small animals?
Tons of animals, horses, seagulls, rats, cats. Lots of cats.
Well, I'm gonna take out. Oh man, do I have any paper? Does anybody have any paper? I'm gonna ask that to the party.
I probably do. I have a calligrapher's set.
Ooh, can I borrow that for a second?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna take that kit and I'm gonna write down the name, as in Arline Industries, and I'm gonna try to speak to any birds or small animals who have seen any of these letters pop up in their at all.
Okay. Okay. Make
I could help you that much. Just walk around with you and.
Okay, so we'll do one roll with investigation and one roll. Sorry, not investigation. One roll with advantage for both of you.
I can use some guidance as well.
Oh, same.
And let me just see what we had done animal handling in the past for that, right? Let me just stand by. Stand by. I gotta open this thing up here. You want to do a nature check or so you can do a nature check or an animal handling check, your choice. To see what you can pull from all the sort of animals around you to see if anybody's giving you some information.
With advantage.
Yeah, you can roll a second one.
Oh no!
So 11.
God.
Okay, so we'll come back to both those in a second. You guys are investigating. Is anybody else doing anything right now besides that?
I mean, I just want to go speak to him.
So you have about, let's say, it's going to take them about 10 minutes to like go look around. So if you want to go talk to them now, you can do that while they're sort of
let's
around.
do that then.
Trying to speak to a couple of animals myself.
Yeah, and so Dallin and Matcha, Dallin or Matcha are walking around talking to the different things. Okay. What are you doing, Mari?
I'm gonna try and grab the guy's attention.
Okay.
And because I want to talk to him. But like, is there room for me to go actually go up to the same level as him? Or
you see, there's like a stairway that would go up to it, but it's like blocked off. Like, doesn't look like it's easily accessible. But he could see you where you're standing. Like he's up overlooking at everything, sort of pointing at things and talking. You couldn't go up there though, like easily without trying to burst through some people.
Oh, okay. So like, there's people in the way. It's not like
there's like a door at the bottom, and it looks like there's a ladder on the inside. So you'd have to like try to open up the door and go up and see if you can.
I see if the door's unlocked?
Yeah, you can go look. It's locked, so it doesn't look like it's.
Okay. And there's like no way for me like on the structure to kind of like try and sneak in or something.
You could try. It wouldn't be necessarily easy. Like you try to lockpick and stuff, but it's a very busy.
No.
Like
okay, I meant like kind of like jump up or something.
No, it's like a tower, like a rock tower with like an outpost up top, kind of thing, overlooking the area.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more cliche lifeguard stand. Okay.
No, I think of it more like an actual traditional, like just like where you shoot bow and arrows from in an assault, just like a rock tower lighthouse kind of look to it.
All right, then then I'm just gonna start waving like a mad person and shouting, "Hey, can we talk?"
Hey, lassie. What can I do for you? He sort of leans over, sticks his head in. We're busy, man. What do you need?
I'm looking for an R-Line Industries. Do you have any information on them? Would they happen to be docked here right now?
R-Line Industries. Are you selling them goods or are you picking up?
We're just trying to see about chartering some, we heard that they take, travelers and stuff.
Okay. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Alright. Gallet, come here. He sort of sees me, he yells over. Do we have any R-Line Industries in the dock? Anything? 10 days ago? Gone? Nobody's here. Okay. Your ride's left 10 days ago. Okay.
Okay.
Wold Busters. Okay. Dock 5. Great service. They're taking passengers and cargo right now. Okay. Tell them I sent you. Okay. I get 2 copper for every proposal. Happy to do it. You're doing business. Remember my name. Okay. It's Baraketh.
Okay. Can you spell that for me?
Barikkaeth. Baraketh. Barikkaeth.
I'm not gonna remember that. Okay.
Yes. You tell them I sent him. Okay. Happy to do business for you. They're great guys. Okay. They charge good deals. But no, Arland Industries, only been in here twice. The ship's gone. They set sail 10 days ago.
Do you have any clue what happened to them? Like, were they sent their goods or anything like that?
They seem to have loaded up with an empty cargo ship. They dropped off goods and they left town.
Okay.
Is there any record of what they dropped off?
Yes, but those are not for public knowledge here.
Oh, we're not public. We've got a letter. Show him the letter.
I hold up the letter. He can totally see that from there.
You've got a letter. What's it say?
For the guard captain, Juth.
Juth.
Yeah.
Oh, he's much better than the pompous guard captain we have in our sector. What's he need?
He's a douche. We're just trying to figure out. We believe Arline Industries might be working with a cult.
What cults? There's no cults. There's only good business here. Don't worry about it. But let me see here. You got the letter. He sends Gallet down. So this talk. This heavy, set other dwarf comes running down the stairs, and you see this younger sort of dwarf opens the door.
I show him the letter, but I don't let him have the letter.
Okay, it's a letter. It says to help them. It's Juice's name. He's got a seal. It looks legit. And he goes, "Come on." And he lets you guys up.
Yeah.
You make your way up. Mm-hmm. So he goes, "Okay, Arline Industries." Under this thing, he picks up this thick ass ledger. It's like this thick. Lays it down on the table. He goes, "This is last week? 10 days, I said, right? Yeah.
10 days.
Knocks over half this book. Starts going through it. No. Gallet, idiot. Where is it? Brings over his assistant. They start looking over the ledger together. And they're going through... It's a thick ledger. I mean, you gotta think, it's this thick. And they're going through maybe 15, 20 pages of stuff, which seems to be about what 10 days worth of stuff would be. Seems like it's pretty busy. He's like, and then he stops. He pulls back up the other log list just with names.
Yeah.
And it's like, Gallet, you idiot. They're here, but they're not here. What did you do? He goes, "No, I didn't do anything wrong. I wrote them down. I wrote it down. I know I wrote it down." He goes, "Well, either my idiot of a nephew broke the ledger, or it's missing. So I don't know what they brought."
I believe you actually said 5 days ago.
Did I say 5 days? Okay. And you see that he's kind of confused, and he was sure that he told you 10. And he goes to the 5 days and looks, and nothing. But you see, when he look at it, that there's a page missing in the ledger. And he kind of doesn't notice. He just keeps flipping through the pages. But you guys notice right away. And he doesn't even skip a beat as he's looking through the names and stuff like that. Totally oblivious. Nope, I don't. It must have been just in and out of the dock. No, nothing dropped off, nothing brought.
Murray turns to look at the nephew and addresses him. Do you happen at all, do you remember anything, the way the people look, anything about them?
Oh, we get so many ships. I mean, it's been so long. I remember they weren't a huge vessel. They were in and out pretty quick. Nothing too noticeable. Black hull, though, which was painted black hull, which is more...
Has anyone been up here other than you two in the last 10 days?
Outside of you guys, we lock it up real good, and these ledgers get transferred every day. They stick with us. They go to the main docks master's yard. We lock them up. We bring them back in.
And does anyone know about this schedule you guys keep every day?
Well, it's common knowledge. I mean, we're here from dawn till about dusk. There's 4 of us. We rotate in, but we each keep our own ledgers, and we each lock them up every day. So, no, I'm pretty sure I just messed up there. I'm sorry.
Alrighty then.
Your ledger seems to be ripped.
Oh, it's pretty rough and tumble. We go through a lot of pages and replace them. It's nothing to worry about. But all the other dates are accounted for, so it's probably just one missing entry.
My insight then.
Yeah. You kind of get the impression that he's kind of super nervous. He's kind of almost sweating. He's got some beads of sweat on his face. You can't really tell if he's sweating because he got caught and he fucked up, or if he's lying. But he definitely is worried about something.
Anything else missing?
Missing?
Around here?
Nothing's missing. No, everything's good. It's.
Do you happen to know where they took their cargo?
Oh, well, the ledger says no cargo, so they wouldn't have taken that cargo anywhere. I mean, they would have loaded it onto the docks, they would have reloaded it back on. They wouldn't have gotten entry if there wasn't an entry, so they would have just packed their things and gotten back up on their boat and left. If there's no ledger entry, it didn't make it into the city. That's for sure.
If they come again, I need you to send someone to Juth immediately. I want you to understand, this is life or death here. These people are killing and slaughtering and trying to unleash the greatest of hells on this earth right now.
Oh, that sounds mighty nasty.
And if you know anything at all, you need to get it to us as fast as you can. And if you can't find us, you go to Juth.
Okay. Well, we have your letter. That's a big deal. So we will tell you next time our line's in town. Okay? The Airline Industries boat. We send a letter to Juth. Who are you again?
I am Murray.
Okay.
Murray Moorhart.
If I'm going to send you a letter, Murray, what am I sending it to?
As I said, send it to Juth. We are investigating at this point. We do not have any, standing place right now.
Okay, Juth it is. Okay. Well, I'm terribly sorry. Typically, this never happens. There's always a log. My idiot cousin here was dropped 3 times as a child. Normally 2 is okay. The 3rd time really fucks you up. He's kind of fucked up. But begging your pardon, don't tell anybody that there's a missing page. Okay? Well, we'll tell you when we see our line if they show back up. But let's just keep this between us.
Just to clarify, you said that they came in. They've been here 2. We've heard that they've been in twice, right? So what about the other day?
The other time, you mean?
Yes. Not the 10th, but the other time.
Oh. That would have been close to a month now.
Do you have that in this ledger?
No. Those get locked down in Central. We don't have access to those anymore.
Is there any way we can get access to the ledger that they did, that other ledger?
No, not without a court order or maybe the somebody internally from the dock company would have access, but those things get locked down. They're for tallies and taxes. They go to the Lord in the keep. He has his scribes review them, ensures that we pay our taxes. They get delivered and they get sealed. They're mainly for once the Lord gets them, he makes sure that we're doing everything by the books, So we're a legitimate business down here.
And it is gone. All right. I say we move on, friends.
Thank you for your time. Just
between
you and me, nothing else. There's nothing shady. Just don't. Everything was good. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I give him a big wink as we leave.
Okay.
Murray's completely stressed out as she kind of stomps down the stairs. It's a dead end and she hates it.
All right.
Dylan and I catch up to the group.
Right.
And there's probably a chance that I'm covered in
In what?
either seagulls or poop.
Okay. So, you guys have sort of discovered similar information. It's more hard. Birds aren't big on reading. So trying to get somebody to sort of pick up on that was kind of hard. And since you don't really have a person to describe, it didn't get a whole lot of info, right? There's lots of boats that have those symbols, but the reading part, those symbols in the same order, wouldn't be something that they would have picked up on. So they give you lots of information, lots of A's that were around, and L's and lines and things like that, but nothing specific. You, Buckholz, your little friend, scurries back, and he has picked up a little scent of sorts. He sort of beckons you.
Ooh. I follow him and I beckon the rest of the party.
I am right at his heel.
So you guys
Just gonna check over here real quick.
follow Buckholz' friend. So down to the southern part of the docks, and there you can see there's what look to be a pile of old emptied crates, and one of them in the back, sort of around the corner, has a red stamped A. It's kind of weathered, hard to see. It's empty now, but there's definitely an empty barrel that looked like it was unloaded at some point and emptied and left here. Sort of in a pile of like crates and old lumber and things like that. And he points to the barrel and sort of indicates that it's the same sort of smell.
Is the barrel like it's on the docks, right?
So if you want to think like you have the docks and they unload stuff, and sort of around the side of one of the dock buildings, there's a pile of sort of trash, like the stuff they would use to once they've opened up their packages, whatever was there to latch them down or hold them down. So piles of lumber or skids, like a giant pile of skids, that kind of thing, sort of off on the side of one building, sort of, but mainly lumber, a couple broken barrels, things like that. Things that have been discarded packaging material, and in there is an older, smaller barrel with the A on it. I'd say it's about 3 feet by a foot and a half.
It's not a huge barrel.
No, it's decent size. Like I said, it's 3 feet tall by a foot and a half wide.
Is there remnants of anything in it that we can see?
It looks kind of it's kind of dirty. It looks like there might have been something in there, possibly some grain or of sorts or something. But it's kind of hard to tell. It's been here probably a bit. Looks like it's been here for a couple weeks maybe. So there's lots of rainwater and maybe some mold or mildew in there, kind of gathering up at this point. But it definitely indicates that that's what he said when he looks at it.
It's piled up against a building, right?
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of crap piled up sort of on the side of the building, and this is off to the rear.
Is it a notable building?
It's a warehouse. It's one of the sort of many warehouses along the docks. All the docks sort of have these big warehouses all around them, sort of to unload cargo and store things temporarily. This one is undescript, not named. Locked from what you can tell. There's nobody. It's not like the other ones that are being loaded at this time. Nobody seems to be in this one at this point.
Maybe we should check in here. I don't see them taking a barrel all the way through town and bringing an empty one all the way back. Could be the contents are close by.
And if the dock guard master is certain that no one left, then they must have left it here. Yes, I guess we should check it out.
Does anyone know how to pick a lock?
Is it locked?
You guys can go take a look. I will tell you that it's still, so we're now, I'd say it's about noonish. It's still pretty busy. You guys can do a sort of walk around of the area. The doors definitely seem locked. There's no lights on the inside. A lot of the other sort of warehouses are being used. This one just doesn't seem to be, but it's definitely locked currently.
Are there any open windows around?
There look to be some higher windows that would be 20 feet up, sort of to let in light. But they're not. A couple of them maybe are cracked, like to let in some fresh air, just to keep like ventilation going in the.
Is it like just big enough for maybe a spider to fit through?
Oh no, like it's they're cracked open, right? Like they're not like there. You could make your way up, you know, as a spider.
You think the dockmaster has the key to this warehouse? We're here on official business after all. Just claim it.
I wonder if we should
Oh,
get
that's
him
true.
involved more than we already have. Plus, he seems to have very little control once here. Like, he only seems to have control over the books. We can ask, but
Plus, we don't know if he's been corrupted or anything by whoever's bringing this in.
these people certainly seem to have a way of fitting in and some sort of resources, so it wouldn't be surprising if maybe he got a little payoff, or someone did. I'm not too sure about that cousin or nephew he was talking about. Quiet boy.
All right. I will turn to Matcha and say, "You think you can get in there? Let us all in."
I can turn into a spider if it's small enough, or if it's the hole is just big enough. I might be able to get in. But if the lock is metal and you're thinking of breaking it, I can always heat it up.
I've got a hound for that.
All right.
Are there like people around us, or is it like just generally empty?
No, it's pretty busy at this point in time. It's a busy.
That's fine. It's official business.
It's official business. I like the sound of
We
that.
got a letter.
Okay.
He's got a letter, guys.
All right. I'm gonna screw it. Let's do it. I'm gonna cast heat metal on the lock or whatever is keeping that place locked.
Yeah, so there's like, imagine that there's two big ass barn doors with a pretty substantial sort of like arm that goes across of it, and like a double wrap chain with a pretty beefy padlock like locked around it.
Okay, I can get past the lock. Not so sure about the big bar.
Maybe it's best if we come back tonight.
Maybe.
You think they're gonna have it unlocked at nighttime?
No, but I
Maybe.
feel like brute force might be a little more acceptable when there's not so many eyes around.
That's true.
If
Keep
you
it
like.
quiet.
Well, you did say this is official business, so why are we worried? About
It's
other
official
people.
business.
Exactly.
Do what you must. I don't have.
Take it up with Juice.
He did say not to tarnish his name, but it is official business.
I don't get what trying to open the door would tarnish a name.
Official business.
That's our new group name. Official business.
All right, what do you guys do?
Well, it's official business.
Okay, well, I can.
Question, Mr. DM.
Yeah.
My enlarge reduce spell says I can use it on an object. Can I shrink the door with it, or make the chain bigger so it's like easy to pull off or something?
You could do it on. I would say the doors. You could be hard to do it on the doors because.
Or you said there was a door bar, right? Is that on this side?
So it's like, imagine two giant sliding barn doors that come together,
Mhm.
and then a metal thing that goes like sort of in to like,
Okay.
and then like a chain wrapping around it with a lock.
If I make the chain bigger, will it fall off?
It might not fall off. I'd have to look at the spell to see like when it gets bigger, would it would it like damage things around it? Maybe. I think so.
It doubles its size in all dimensions and multiplies its weight by 8.
Okay, I mean, like you could try it. Like it might just like you can make the chain, or you can make the lock bigger. Like how much bigger? It's gonna double its size.
Yeah, double size or half size.
Yeah, I mean you could try to shrink it down. What's the spell called?
Enlarge reduce.
You shouldn't reduce it, because if there isn't enough room for the target to double or reduce, it will just attain the maximum possible size in the space available.
What if I shrink
So
the
it won't
lock?
like break. It won't break out or squeeze something. So making it big would probably drop the lock. Probably.
We can.
Alright, let me just try this first, and I'm just gonna try and smack the lock with my hammer. See if I
Okay.
can just break it open.
I mean, you could try. I'm not guaranteeing it would work, but you could enlarge or reduce it. I'm just looking it up, so it could work. But you're going to smack it with your hammer?
Yeah.
Make me a strength roll.
Guidance 1d4.
And I'll show okay, cool.
So you slam the lock.
17 total. Oh, I don't know what. Same number. It's fine.
Yeah. 17. So you slam the lock with a loud bang on your hammer, and it makes a really loud, resounding noise. Everybody turns to look at you. It kind of cracks.
Special business.
You see this, and it kind of cracks a little bit. And a bunch of the dock hands are kind of working. You see them mumbling, and they go sort of run off to where the tower is. But it looks like the lock has cracked, like they've cracked kind of the casing. It's not fully undone yet. Might take a couple more swings to sort of break it, but you definitely did some damage to it.
I've got a crowbar too if I can just try and pry it off.
Yeah. Okay. Make a with a crowbar, make another strength check with advantage.
Sweet.
12? Okay, so 12 is enough to, with the damage that you did with your hammer, to pop open the lock. And it sort of falls, and the chain is now hanging around this sort of warehouse. Just as that happens, some constables come around the corner running, and they look over at you guys and goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
Official business.
Official business.
Official business.
Oh,
That's the name of our group.
official business, huh?
Show him the letter.
Oh, yeah. I get out the letter and I just hold it up, like with this big smile on my face, like I'm doing nothing wrong.
He goes, grabs the letter. So Juth now lets people break and enter. This doesn't say break and enter. It says, please give all these people the same courtesies I would. But if I found Juth trying to break into my bar, well, there'd be hell to pay.
We've reason to believe that there's contraband in this warehouse. Don't worry, I'll fix your wee chain. If you like, you can stand watch outside for us. Thank you very much. And I just walk in.
Make a perception roll. Persuasion roll.
Oh. Oh.
So he kind of looks at Ian and goes, "Let's go take a look at this contraband. I'm not leaving your side." And he stands next to you.
Hey, do you want to hold hands?
Official business.
Go ahead. Let's go see this contraband of yours.
All right. I go in.
Okay. So
I follow. Yeah.
Take the chain down. This guy's sort of standing there sniffing. A couple more constables showing up. There's about 7 now. 8.
Speaking of sniffing, I'm gonna try and pull the same trick. See if my raccoon can pick up any stronger scents in here.
Okay. Make another check for me. Make an investigation.
Investigation.
This time now you're investigating, right? Because you're looking inside of something for fun.
Investigation for me or for the raccoon?
You are going to make an investigation check. The raccoon's going to make a perception check. So.
Or can I just have him help me get advantage on that?
Yeah, you can do an advantage roll for yours. Yeah.
Throw some guidance at that boy.
Yeah.
Give me that guidance.
Guidance 1d4.
So
Just very quickly, Daylan's just gonna crouch down on the ground and just tap the ground of his mace and cast detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's an 18 to the investigation.
Okay, so Dalden, detect magic.
Yeah.
There's kind of a residue. You actually notice that like around you there's a bunch of different sort of things that are sort of perking up when you cast this. It looks like some of the things being loaded off some of the ships. As people walk by you, you're getting like flares up, down, like magical items are being walked by. It seems like there's a decent amount of magic. You're getting some traces from the warehouse off in the corner. Sort of, you can't see right now, but it seems like at the edge of your detect magic bubble, which I think is about 30 feet, you're sensing like there's a little bit of a trace of something over that direction.
Okay.
Buckles.
Is there anything on the door?
No, just a standard lock. Nothing you can detect as magical.
All right.
Buckles, you make your way in, and with this constable standing next to you, and your raccoon. Now, what are you trying to find? Just before I know, are you trying to find?
So I'd be looking for any crates, barrels, or whatever else that has that symbol. Maybe if there's like some robes that we might recognize, or a raccoon's trying to pick up the scent on the necklace and the crackstone from earlier.
Okay, so this does seem to be like a pretty busy warehouse. It's got lots of barrels, lots of stuff in it. You off again in the back right. Off to the back right, you see that your raccoon's getting a scent from that area. You don't. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. It can't get a clear picture of exactly which crate. There's a pile of crates and a pile of closed crates in that area that seem to be where your raccoon is. One big box in particular, like a wooden box, that's about, let's say, 3 to 4 feet high and 4 feet wide.
Dang. Is it sealed?
Yeah, it's closed right now.
Does it have the symbol on it?
No symbol. It just a standard sort of wooden, hammer sealed crate.
Oi, big man, can you check this for magic?
There's no magic here. Right on the seal.
As you get closer, you can see traces coming off from this box that he sees. This is as you get closer, as you walk in, because the warehouse is about 60 feet long, and this is the back corner. So as you sort of move in, this crate is now giving off a faint glow of something.
All right. I'm going to point that out to the rest of the bag. That crate over there seems...
Which is the same crate that you're now looking at, Buckholz.
Do we know what flavor of magic it is?
You can tell that it is evocation magic.
Oh. The worst kind.
I just
Got
walk
it
over
for
with
opening it.
Yeah, I just walk over with my crowbar.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm hiding behind someone.
Got it. 1d4.
I'll help her with that.
Standing right
Not that she
in
needs
front,
it, but
looking down.
so roll with advantage.
I'm
I'm
behind
gonna
him.
ready
then.
my staff.
Standing by the doors with the other guards.
And roll a d4.
What is that? Slash R?
/roll space 1d4.
That's gonna be like my most
you hit
equivalent.
21 no matter what, so it's 19. Okay, see, it's not that hard. With the crowbar, you get under the thing, you pop open the top, and as it pops open, you look inside, and it's filled with lima beans. Some of them are rotten. Tons, it's packed to the brim with lima beans. And the constable looks at you, go, "Evil lima beans, eh? That's what you're after."
I mean, you see lima beans, but have you looked deeper?
I'll just start shoveling some of them out
So
neatly.
you start to shovel it out. He perks an eyebrow, and as your hand passes through it, you pick up this metal object, and you pull it out, and it's one of the infinity sort of metal symbols sitting in there.
Oh, look at that. Right off the Hellhound, it would seem.
This one looks like it's in good condition.
I pulled one of the symbol out of the one I got off the Hellhound, or the cultist, out of my
I'm
pocket.
gonna immediately pull out a large, a small dinner plate sized rune and lay the necklace on top and start ritual casting Identify on it.
Okay.
Can I taste a lima bean?
Yeah, you can. They taste very stale, almost foul, and as if they've absorbed some kind of taint.
Can I ritually cast Purify Food and Water on those
Oh my
Wait,
god.
wait.
You're
Nobody's
not
tried
gonna
this yet.
salvage them.
Nobody's tried this yet. Can I speak to the lima beans?
They're not yet alive.
Can I ask them who put this here?
They're not. They haven't yet come to be. Okay. This is
I'm just looking in with the other guards, like, yeah, I travel with them.
official business?
The line of just like literally baby talk at you because it's just like a scene.
So with you finding that thing, the guard goes, and motions some hand gestures, and the other constables now start using their sort of weapons to start prying open crates and start looking into what's in this sort of warehouse. They'll go through different crates and things like that. They start to melt through.
Okay.
He looks over and he goes, interesting. I was talking to Juth. We're friends. I know he wouldn't approve of the breaking and entering, but he told me about these symbols and these evil cult shits that's going on. You think these people are involved?
Arline is the 13th merchant, and when we met the cultists as they were doing their ritual, they called him their master. So 2 boats from Arline Industries coming through this dock, I find it hard to believe that they're not the cultists.
You're not talking about the great Arline, the fool. He's been dead for years. I mean, lots of people...
They're dead, but that does not mean they don't want him to rise again.
Well, I don't know if that's him, but if there's an Arline Industries claiming his name, they might be into some shit. So, thank you for finding this. We will investigate here. The lima bean is just very depressed.
Speak! No, I'm just kidding.
If we find anything, we'll let you know. You can leave it up to us. Don't worry. We'll take over from here.
Do
Thank
you
you for
mind if we
finding it.
watch your investigation? We are looking for any lead we can possibly get so we can move out as fast as possible.
Well, I'll tell you what. You have... Let us go through. You're not constables. I would get my shit handed to me if I let you guys go through before my team has had
We
a
don't
look
want
at
to
things.
touch it. We just want to stay here.
You can stay outside if you'd like. We're just going to have to secure the area. I can't have civilians getting killed on my watch. If one of these crates explodes and your face is gone, I'll have to call your mother. Okay? You know how much it costs to scry? Tell her that her daughter's face has been blown in half. That it
Excuse
was
me,
my
sir.
fault.
That's mute point. She's dead.
Well, that's even harder. I have to get a priest. We have to find her corpse. We have to summon her back. We have to tell her her daughter's dead, that her face has been exploded. It's not easy. It's expensive. Okay? Communicating with the dead is not something I want to have to do on my watch. That's at least 9 months' pay. So, do me a favor. Wait for us to look. We'll look through it all. I appreciate your help finding it, but we can't have civvies in here fucking shit up for us. Once we've gone through, if we don't, I'm happy to share what we find.
We'll be just outside the doors then. Or at least I will be.
And it is a pleasure meeting you. And I reach my hand out to him for a handshake. And I ask, and what is your name, by the way?
My name. Well,
Are you still covered in like seagull poop?
Yes.
This is our front man, guys.
he kind of looks at your hand.
It's okay.
He goes, "Hi, I'm Dak."
I use shape water to just wash my hands real quick.
And he kind of shakes your hand. He goes, "Dak, I'm the one of the local guards here in the docks. We make sure everything goes down smoothly here."
Nice. And as I shake his hand, I cast guidance for him. Guidance, when do you...
You
And
say
then
that.
immediately break concentration.
for at least the next 10 minutes.
No, one minute, so just break concentration in 1 minute.
Shoot. It's
Yeah.
good enough. It's good enough.
Okay.
Did my identify spell? Did I turn anything up with this necklace?
Yeah. So you identify that there's it is semi-magical. It seems to be it's got a mix. It's hard to tell. It's a mix of evocation and conjuration magic that are sort of tied together in an interesting way.
Sorry, evocation and what?
Conjuration.
Mm.
Okay.
I do also learn how it works.
So,
if possible.
Yeah. So what you will discover is that when linked to you use this item as a focus to make a contract of sorts with something else, and this will link you to that other thing. So by putting some blood on it, you know that you would make a contract with something. That's pretty much what you can see. It'll like you attach your blood to it. It'll make a contract between you and something on the other side in another rift. It just kind of goes out.
Right. Can I pocket it?
Yeah.
And as I go to leave, as I get near the door, once again, I'm take Rogue out of my pocket and just tell him, keep to the shadows. Send him off into the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Do you tell the guys not to bleed on anything by accident? I think that's important.
Yeah. Let's get caught on one of the boxes.
I don't want to make like I know, just in case. All
right, but if we hear like barking, we know what it was.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Maria's gonna be waiting outside on the front door. Like she's like peeking in and being like probably like shoot away, but she just peeks back in again a second later.
I'm gonna as soon as I get outside, I'm gonna sit down, close my eyes, and look through Rogue's eyes.
Okay. One thing I forgot to tell you about the necklace. You do notice, because it does have many charges. It has one charge, so it's a one-time use. Once it's been sort of bound, that seems to be it. The item becomes mundane at that point.
All right.
It loses magical properties. Okay. So you close your eyes. You're looking through. The guards start poking around. You see them like looking over some boxes. They're passing their hands through things. Make a perception check for me.
I can try.
Don't we have tons of warlocks already, don't we?
No, it's the instant warlock medallion you're talking about there.
Yeah. Can I get a wee bit of guidance on this one?
Guidance 1d4.
Fantastic. I'm gonna need it.
I hope that you say like canonly
20.
Guidance 1d4
for a 19, but that's a 21 with guidance.
Nobody else knows what 1d4 is.
Yeah, you're
but
just saying guidance anyway. 1d4.
I think in future you should have it like hotkeyed, just so you can throw it out whenever we need it.
Yeah. Julian's just gonna assume 1d4 is God or something.
As long as we're not in initiative, you're just throwing that guidance out, okay?
All right. So what you can pick up, because you're really paying attentive, is that while the guards are looking through it, they don't seem to be making a crazy end of job, like being too thorough. It's almost as if they're sort of going through the paces, and they're opening boxes. They're not like, so if there's a pile of boxes, they're opening the top one, looking kind of through it, and then kind of closing it off. They don't seem super motivated. It doesn't look like they are too in love with the task. One of them is kind of smoking his pipe as he's doing it. They look like they're doing stuff, but you definitely notice that it's odd how they're not sort of going through all kinds of things. It seems like they're purposefully avoiding different things. Like they would go through 2 and just stop, and then they'll do another one. And it's odd. It's not like anything stands out, but you just notice something is weird about the fact that they're not looking at everything.
Can I make maybe an insight check or something? I want to get a look at their faces, see if they're like glazed over or if they're just nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't look like they're under any influence. They look kind of bored. And maybe a little like aggravated or grumpy about the fact that they now have to do this. And basically, the one guy that you had talked to, the sort of main guy, is kind of just pointing at different things and telling people to look through. And he's kind of the one, based on what you're seeing, that seems to be directing what to look at, what to sort of dig into.
I will relay all of this to the party.
I think nighttime was the best idea, but there's always the night coming, so we'll need someone to keep watch to make sure they don't remove anything, though.
I'm on it.
The rest of us, we better clear out so it looks like we've left and we're being compliant.
I'm going to start casting... Sorry?
Otherwise, they'll put more guards on here.
I'm going to start casting Mending on the chain and lock, just to be good citizens.
Okay. Sure. It goes through and fixes. All right.
You just lock them in here.
Good citizen.
We have to leave it how we found it.
Yeah, so let's just pretend we're good citizens, and most of us, I'm guessing you're gonna try and hide, Buck.
Yeah, I'll just mill about in the dock.
Okay.
Until seeing what Rogue sees.
Okay. All right, then the rest of us will maybe find some place to hang out, maybe for a little bit, and then come back or hide. But we definitely should make sure we're not obvious. I feel like if most of us are gone, they're not going to put as many guards on it.
To the market.
I need to clean my clothes.
There's an ocean right over there. All right. What are we doing until then? Or are we just gonna?
Are you guys gonna mill about till it's night? What are you guys? Buckholds, you're gonna stay and sort of watch the guards investigate and see what they find anything. You guys splitting up, staying together.
So I'm gonna first pop in and be like, sorry to interrupt. I think we're gonna be getting on our way. I'm sure you'll let Juth know. But obviously, I feel like I'm feeling antsy. I need to keep moving on this.
Absolutely, we will pass along anything we find to Juth. The boys are doing a good job here, looking through different things, and we're gonna have to take an inventory of everything, anyways, because the constable will want it. Head constable. Now that we've entered here, so don't worry. It'll take some time, but if we find anything, we'll let you know.
Thank you very much. And then I get my butt out of there. And I just turn to them, to the guys, and I'm like, we should actually speak to Juice, see if we can get control of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
We should definitely get to Juice before them.
Yeah, we can try.
All right. Yeah. Let's. Murray wants to go speak to Juice. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else going? Who's staying with Buck, or is Buck staying alone? What's going on?
I'll stay alone.
I'll pretend to be asleep like some vagrant.
Okay.
Go hang out with your dwarf buddies.
Yep.
Okay. So Nala and Mare are going to see Juth. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go to the lucky lady,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna ask for some water, and I'm gonna use that as like some sort of washing machine for my clothes, using shape water.
Okay. They do have a wash bucket and a scrub brush for clothes. So
once everyone is gone, like the whole group is gone, and Dalen's left by himself behind the building that the constables and they are doing their police work.
Yeah.
He's gonna go behind the building.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to. Is the constable still there?
Yeah, they're all still in the building. Buckholz is sort of off to the side, pretending to sleep.
Okay. He's gonna try to. Okay. As they all go off, he's going to take the form of Juth.
Okay.
By casting Disguise Self.
Okay.
And he'll try to come back down the front and walk up to the constable and basically go, "Hi, I think whatever his name was that was mentioned.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yes, Jack. The group that I sent here, they just mentioned they found something. Anything on?
Juice.
And I'll just walk around.
What are you doing, man? You're sending randos into my section. They're breaking down locks, man. I gotta do this entire inventory now. What are you doing to me, guy?
Well, a lot of things happening in my sector. What did they find?
They found one of those medallions you've been talking about. You know, the weird symbol thing. It definitely looked off. They left with it to bring it back to you. The guy's been looking through. Haven't really found anything else. This warehouse is supposed to be more or less filled just with common goods. It's all sort of long-term grain storage and things. It's rarely used, so I don't know.
Do you know where to keep their books? Their like an office upstairs.
We're gonna have to inventory what we have in here. Then we're gonna have to hand it over. You know this. We hand it over to Susan down in records, and she'll go up to the keep and double check everything. Like it is gonna be like a 2-week thing. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me for breaking in here. You're lucky. I owe you one.
That you do, and just to let you know, this thing that they found, it's that I'm asking this group to search on. It's evil. It's evil down to its core, and if we don't root it out from its very core, like this city, not just your sector, not just my sector, the whole city is at risk.
So, I get it. I know you're worried. You're always worrying about these kind of things, but I'm telling you here, you're seeing ghosts. Okay, it's a big city. People die all the time in here. If I find anything, I'll tell you. But there's nothing to find here. It's all grain.
I tell you what, just give me a quick minute to just have a quick look around, and if there's nothing, I'll be happy that you've got this all handled.
You'll be happy I have this handled. Kind of looks at you. Are you doubting me? Truth.
Of course not.
Make a you're gonna make me a check as soon as I decide. Make me a persuasion check.
Okay, without guidance, that's really weird.
Okay. So he kind of believes you. He looks like he's there. He goes, Truth. You have your sector, I have my sector. We don't mess around on each other's ships. Okay? I don't shit in your bedroom. You don't come shit in mine, man. Alright? I got this. I'll send you the info. It's all good.
Yeah, just don't do one last time, just put my hand on his shoulder and go, like, how long have we known each other? Like, this is not me shitting in your bed or you shitting in my bed. This is somebody else outside there shitting on our beds. You get me, right?
I get you.
I'm trying to help you here.
Listen, you take a look around if you want. I don't really care. Just don't touch anything. Alright? If I have to inventory one more broken goddamn box,
I'm not going to break anything, and I'll just pat him on the back and quickly step away. And I don't only have an hour of this disguise, so I'll quickly look around.
Yeah. Okay. So make another investigation check. What are you looking for?
Okay. Looking for any papers, anything that besides the thing that's in the box that people could have dropped around.
So it looks like there's been a lot of people. It's hard to discover, like hard to see anything that's sort of been disturbed because there's been 8 or 9 people sort of disturbing sort of everything around it. You don't find anything significant of note. You don't see any sort of A's in boxes. A lot of the boxes have been cracked open at this point, at least the top ones on each shelf. Most of them are actually filled with grain. None of the other ones that you notice. The only thing you kind of notice is that they're all sort of wheat, and it's not lentils and stuff that you had seen before.
Okay, but since the detect magic was out earlier, that box that we found the item in, that was the only one with like the ping for the detect magic, right?
Yeah, that was the only thing you sort of found that was magical in the area.
So that's cool. Yeah. So I'm just looking around for like basic evidence, like anything that I could just link whoever brought this stuff here, anything.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like maybe somebody put something in, like broke in and put something in here more than anything else. At least from what you can tell, it doesn't look like this. Like that there's stuff that's odd in here. It's all just different boxes, all sort of similar, like storage boxes and grains and things like that.
Just gonna very quickly look around at all the people that's walking around. Anybody look shifty? Anybody look like they're trying to hide something?
Make another perception check.
Perception. Or...
Yeah, make a perception. What are you seeing around you? Perception check. Most of the guards are kind of like minding their own business, not doing anything. But the main guy that you were talking to, Dak, is kind of looking at you oddly.
Okay, I'm just gonna wave at him, and I'm gonna step out now.
Okay. So he sort of waves
behind.
back.
Wait, step once I'm out of the building, just quickly dash behind the building and switch back to Dalen.
Okay. And then what do? You staying there? Are you gonna move off, or?
I'm gonna wait for the rest of the group to come back. Yeah, so I'll be there.
Seeing Juth come out of the building, I'm going to be quite surprised. Can I follow him?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Who's in front of the building?
You definitely can.
Cool. I'm like, oi, Juth!
I quickly dash behind the building.
Oi, hey!
I'm just running back behind the building, and once I get around the corner, I'm just quickly changing back to Dalen.
Yeah. So as you guys go across, you kind of you see Dax stick his head out. He kind of looks left and right, and then pokes his head back into the building.
All right, we have an alibi. We have everything sorted out. Nice. Okay.
So I guess I see the furball. I'm like, oh, it's you. I didn't know you could do that.
Do what? You didn't see anything, did you?
I saw Juth. Did you see Juth?
I didn't see Juice. Did you see Juice?
He ran this way 5 seconds ago. You couldn't have missed him.
I turn around. Look, anything. Nobody behind me, right? So no. Do you? No.
Can I?
Must be
Can
seeing
I?
this, my friend.
Can I insight him?
Of course. Make an insight. Make a deception check.
All right.
You hear an echo. Guidance 1d4.
Oh,
he definitely looks like he's lying. He's not being very persuasive about that.
I'm sweating. I'm definitely sweating.
He's definitely was not expecting
to.
He was not expecting to see you there, and definitely is not telling the truth.
It's a good trick. It's a good idea. Did you find anything in there?
I don't really like to do that, and I don't like other people finding out. It's prefer to kind of blend in. But yeah, I found a bit, and I basically tell them exactly what I found out inside there. Yeah.
So you're a cleric, you say, right?
In a sense, yes. I worship Sylvanus.
I wonder if you could pull another trick off for me. I'm working on an idea. I need just a wee pinch of holy water. Any chance you could make me some?
That would require some components. But firstly, you need some silver, probably about 25 gold pieces worth. And then we could do a ceremony, probably take half a day. Yeah.
Well, if I had silver, I wouldn't need the holy water.
Well, there's always an exchange for these kind of things. So
having worked in the market the last little while, would I know if there's anywhere that sells like just a pinch of powdered iron or silver?
Yeah, you can get some powdered iron and silver. They're pretty common components in the area. Even just like around the shops, like from like shavings and things like that. They tend to keep the shavings so they don't like to lose them in little buckets. Yeah.
All right. At some point, I'd like to go pick some up.
Okay. Cool. We're gonna transition quickly. Are you guys doing anything else here for now?
No, I'll be around Buckles.
Okay. You guys investigating. I'm gonna head over to Nala and Mare. You guys are heading back. You've now arrived at the Northern Watch sort of Juth's building.
Okay. I make myself at home. I just go in.
Okay, so you walk in. Juth is there still. Doesn't look like he's moved much since last time you saw him. And he goes, Mare, Nala, welcome back. What can I do for you?
We found something at the docks, but the constable that arrived, we're not too sure whether or not he's surveying the scene as well as he should.
What's his name?
Dak.
Oh, that son of a bitch. Yeah, we don't. Dak's a little bastard. We don't really get along. He doesn't like me. I don't like him.
Oh.
I wouldn't be caught dead talking to that guy. But he typically does good work. I try to avoid that area. The North Guard, my group and theirs, they don't get along. We clash quite often. It'd be hard for me to get any info out of him. But just be careful. If you have a trace, be careful. My name will go so far, but not too far, especially in that part of town. So just be careful when you're checking.
I see. So there's nothing you can do to get us official access to it?
No, I mean, even if it was in my sector, my boss would have my ass if I was letting civvies in. We could let you look around after. Usually, is what they do. But when we're contracting it out, if I find something up here, I'll let you guys know. But we're all working together here. But just be careful down there. The docks are a little bit dangerous, and Dak's a son of a bitch. He's not a bad guy, but don't trust him. More as far as you can throw him.
That's good to know. Alrighty. Well then, we have some night work to do then. We will be seeing you, and hopefully we have some information. If Dak comes through and gives you the information he says he does, well, hopefully you can get it to us.
Sounds good.
I doubt it'll be anytime soon. He certainly wasn't taking his time working in any sort of fast pace whatsoever, so.
Okay. Well, thanks again. Be safe. Keep me posted. Be careful. They have your names.
Will do.
Okay?
Yes.
Just remember that. They knew where to find you guys at the inns. I can only protect you so much, so just be careful.
Of course.
I just chuckle.
Sorry?
I just chuckle.
Good. So he sort of sulks back down in his chair, and he just kind of looks tired and just goes back to this giant pile of paperwork that he's sifting through and says, best of luck, guys.
Thanks.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
I mean, how long until dusk, I guess?
By this time, it's about dinner time. It's I'd say about 6 or 7, so it's starting to get dark at this point.
I'd like to reconvene with the rest of the party.
Yeah.
For dinner.
Okay.
Discussion.
So heading back to the lucky lady for dinner.
Stopped working.
Who, Juth?
Yeah, no, Dak. Would he have stopped working? Because we want. I do feel the need to
if
keep an
Buckholz
eye on the place.
Before Buckholz and Dallin sort of left, they still had the place sort of roped off, and they had sort of a guard or two posted there, and there's still a couple guys inside looking like they're there.
But is Dak in there specifically?
Buckholz, you wouldn't have noticed necessarily, unless you were specifically looking for that, which you kind of didn't mention when you were leaving. So,
What? I want to go pick up the little bits of supplies
Right.
later, but I want to stay here until
Okay.
I think everything's calmed down. So
You're staying there? Are you getting food? Or are you staying there? What are you doing?
like, are they investigating this one warehouse all?
So what they've done now, a lot of the guys have left. There's a couple of scribes now, 2 scribes going through, and they look like they're itemizing stuff.
Okay.
And it's winding down. Looks like there's 1 guard posted outside. There's 1 scribe working through the things. A lot of the guys have left. Dak has left.
Okay.
And there's just 1 guard sort of left, the front posted guard.
Then yeah, Rogue and I will rejoin the.
Yeah, then all of us to the lucky lady.
Okay. And so you guys head back. It's dinner time. You have Gerald strumming away at the bar, playing some music. Actually, Gerald is nowhere to be seen. Oh yeah, I forgot. He's not playing music currently.
Secret mission.
But you're all back now at the Lucky Lady.
As we're chowing down, Buckle's just gonna pull out the amulet, right? The figure 8 amulet found on the
Yep.
and place it down on the table. I'm gonna relay to the party kind of what I learned from the identify spell.
Okay.
That it's blood activated and makes a pact. I have might be crazy, but I have an idea. Do you think maybe we could take this somewhere and try and talk to it? It's a direct line of information.
How are you going to talk to this? And I raffle.
And I'm like skeptical because, and I'm like, didn't the
If
last
dwarves-
2 people that activate theirs die to they sacrifice themselves when the Hellhounds came?
Well, if there's one thing a dwarf knows, how to talk to rocks, okay? And they were willing. I've got some protections I can lay down on us. If there's anyone who's strong of will.
I wouldn't mind seeing it happening, but I'm certainly not volunteering my blood for the events.
I mean, I've got a pretty stubborn head. I'll do it as long as you all are here to, keep me safe.
All right.
I'll heal you if anything happens. No
I
worry.
don't much care for demons.
So as you're talking about this, the waiter drops by, brings you your food. Notices this is the Susan, the main waitress. Notices you looking at the medallion and kind of looks at it and goes, "Are those the same ones that we found around? I saw a guy yesterday wearing one of those." And she sort of looks in closer at it. Yeah, he came by. He was talking to Gerald earlier, and he had.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Well, he
Gerald
was just
go with him?
earlier. Well, I don't know. I thought it was weird because they just sort of sat and talked about it a little bit. Gerald was pretty taken back when he noticed it, and then he left all
Gerald's from the
angry.
cult.
Does that gentleman have a room here, by chance?
No. It was just a customer at lunch. I just thought it weird because Gerald is normally performing all day, and
Gerald's one of them.
What did he look like?
Oh man, younger boy, human, brown hair up to here, goatee, well built. Yeah.
Do you have any weapons on him?
Not by the look of it. He just looked like he was in traveler's clothes. Maybe a sword or a short sword or something, but nothing too intimidating. It just was weird because Gerald never stops performing. He usually takes time, and this guy sort of interrupted him. That's why I noticed. And I saw that symbol on his boots.
On his boots?
Yeah, it was on the side of his boots, but it was like this, and I haven't seen that before. Is it a band?
Of sorts.
Interesting.
I don't suggest you, if you see someone like that, be sure to be wary of them.
Okay.
Don't engage them too much, but also don't go anywhere alone with one. And I'm afraid Gerald has made that fatal mistake.
I get up and hug Susan for giving us a lead.
Aww.
Okay, as you hug Susan, just for fun,
Guidance on that hug.
roll me a d20.
D20?
Yeah,
Just for fun, eh?
just for fun. What is that? For guidance. You rolled an 18. Who rolled it?
I did.
Who's hugging? Who's hugging Susan?
I was.
Okay.
Sarah.
Okay. Thank you. So she pats me on the back. She says thanks. And she kind of does this sort of little head thing a little bit, and then sort of walks off, out of the way.
Oh, Susan. This is weird.
And she comes back a little bit later. She goes, she gives you your food, and like nothing happened, and sort of says, "If you need anything else, you let me know." And heads off on her sort of day.
Do I smell?
Do you smell?
No, I'm asking the group like, a little bit. Like, do I smell for her reaction?
Have you bathed recently?
I mean, yeah.
Could be the horns are putting it off. No offense.
No, I understand.
Well, it's not me, is it? I cleaned off.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think they've gotten to our dear innkeeper, do you?
I hope not.
Oh.
Spooky.
Ooh, question for the DM.
Mm.
In terms of locate object, it says that it has to be an item that's familiar to me. Do I have to have seen that item, or do I just have to know a general description of it?
I mean, it depends. It depends, like what the item is. Are you, like, if you're trying to find like a chair, well, you know what I mean. You have to know which chair you're talking about, right? Like, so typically it's something you've seen or you know well.
Okay.
But if you've seen it once, like you could pick it up. Like, what were you trying to locate?
I was gonna see if I could locate any more of those symbols.
You'd have to
Specifically the necklace kind, I think.
You'd have to try to locate a specific one. You can't just find
Okay.
all of them in an area, right? Because they're sort of
Yeah.
So if like you had a guy that was wearing one, you could like try to find that one because you've seen it.
Try to
Okay.
locate Gerald's loot.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
Just locate Gerald.
Yeah.
It's an object, right? So it's not a person.
Yeah.
But what about his hellhound pelt that he goes everywhere with?
But I mean, I've been watching him perform the last few nights. So,
Yeah, you could definitely try to locate his loot. Yeah.
Okay, it's
The locate object spell too says you locate the nearest thing of a particular kind.
Oh, so yeah, I guess
But the fact that I'm holding one like in my hand, 10 feet away from him, would that muck it up?
yes, you would
Or can
find
you-
that one, right? I guess.
Or the one on Marae. She has one too.
Yeah.
Well, we still have the contacting idea.
Well, Gerald's loot would be a specific object, wouldn't it? It'd be specifically his.
Yeah.
yeah.
He has a couple specific things on him you could try to locate.
Mhm.
Okay, it's only like a 10-foot. I can try that tonight.
We should go
or-
to the dock. We should see what we can find. And then afterwards we will locate him.
That's fine with me. I'll save a spell for it.
But we need to get a better look at what's in the docks, because I feel Dak is definitely hiding something from us.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? Heading to the docks?
Is it late
Finish
enough
it.
to head to the dock?
Like what time? You could wait and sort of head there. What time do you want to head out?
We want to kind of get there once everything's settled down for the most part, right? So
I mean, the docks tend to quiet down. I would say it's like anything else. There's not a lot of bars right in that area.
Right.
So like once the sun's down, it tends to quiet up a lot. Like the sea guys, most of the seamen are at bars and they leave. They don't stay in the ships, or they're staying on the ships by that point.
okay.
So I mean,
Do-
let's-
Do we
let's
want
go
to try and
the dock.
use the amulet that we already have, and that way, when we're done with it, we can just toss it, and it won't kind of muck up our divinations?
We should probably be out of town for that, though. Who knows what it'll summon?
I mean, we could do that.
And we shouldn't waste too much time getting to Gerald either. Who knows what this could be happening? They are known for sacrificing people.
True.
We have 3 options. I'm not gonna choose, but I'd like to hear your opinions. We go to the docks and we look around. We go straight for Gerald, and we find him. Or we use the amulet.
Find the big man. We've already checked the docks.
Yep. There's nothing else left at the docks from what.
At the
Yeah.
very least, they're not moving it tonight.
Should just find Gerald.
Let's get Gerald while he's still alive.
okay.
All right.
Where you
Locate
going?
spell, I guess.
My mouse just broke. All right.
That sucks.
I'm gonna cast locate object, and I'm gonna concentrate on Gerald's lute or lyre, whichever one I've
Can
seen
we-
him play.
Can we
most.
check the room first and the stage to make sure his lyre and lute aren't just like sitting on the ground somewhere first?
Yeah, you can go look in the rooms. You can go look around the stage. Not there.
And I
Okay.
mean, 1,000 feet is probably not that big of a chunk of the city. Is there a particular place to start looking?
Yeah.
So we're not like blowing all your spells on this.
Yeah, I can turn into a cat, and it won't break the spell, so it'll help me move around over on the roofs, if anything.
Or oh yeah.
We could start it here since
You cut out. I didn't hear you, Sarah.
no, I just said that he was last seen here.
Yeah.
Might be a good place.
And then if that doesn't work, we can start moving towards the docks because we already know there's been some activity there.
So 1,000 feet.
It's like a less than a quarter mile.
Yeah, it's 20%. Yeah, so I guess the city would be. So you could probably get. I'd say the city's probably about 10 miles wide. About 5 miles wide, maybe. Yeah, 5 miles. I'll do kilometers. 'Cause I'm Canadian. Yeah, so like if from the Lucky Lady, you could probably get like this sort of area. Trying to draw an object here. Like this sort of area, like this sort of block area. If you see my little line
Okay.
here.
Cool.
All right.
Could I like if I turned into like either a cat or a big ass animal and just go full dash? That's just like a perimeter check. Could I get a little further in there?
Yeah, so like you could, I would say that you could run in 10 minutes. You could probably run a kilometer in 10 minutes, which would be about 3,000 feet. So you add 1,000 feet plus, so you get about 4,000 feet coverage, which you could get the docks covered. And if you went, depending on which direction, so like if you went towards the wall, you could get up to the wall where the Snoring Serpent area is. You could probably get
we could
down
go
here.
down, like, where's my thingy?
Here, if you do, you get to see my little line?
Yeah.
So
So
if you were to-
if we went down this street here, we'd cover a good chunk, I guess, of like this part and this part as we're running down, and then like veer off over here towards the docks.
I'm saying that you could, within 10 minutes, you could probably get to
So
about here.
okay, so
Sweet.
yeah.
As a cat, like across the roofs, like nimbly jumping, you could probably get around here. So that would give you like half the docks. That would give you like all of this area.
Yeah.
Like in here.
Perfect. That's a start, and then worst case scenario, we have to go for another area. But
Yeah, I can either go for on top of the roofs, all sneaky, like no one will really catch me, or if you want to risk getting caught or hunted down, I could probably turn into an elk. Though
I think
not
cat's
sure.
probably best.
Cat's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say the cat you'll get with the sense of the spell. Which if you're running south, is that your?
Yeah, around that area, at least to start.
Okay, you could get this area kind of covered. Okay, so you go, and nothing in the 1,000 yards by the inn. So you start to dash south, following across the rooftops down the road, and you get to about here, and you maybe sense a trace of it here. There's a definite trace right there.
I'm gonna try to lay low at least, but keep an eye out on what's there before I go back.
So
Murray was probably doing her best to keep up with you roadside, by the way.
Yeah, so 1,000 feet, you can tell that it's 1,000 feet in that direction, towards the water, right? Because you're here, like it doesn't show you where it is, but it shows you, like if you're here, it's just right at the edge, right before your spell wears off, you get a blip, sort of, if you head southwest, due southwest in that direction.
Okay. I like right as the spell is fading at first, and before I cast it again, I can't really cast it. I'm just gonna start meowing at Mare, who has been trying to keep up with me, and just like try to stay in her view as I lead her to where I last felt it.
Okay, so you head down that road, and you notice that you're heading back towards the docks, back to where you were earlier today.
Marie's gonna try and be a bit sneaky as she notices she's going towards the dock. She doesn't want to catch anyone's attention down here right now.
All right. So as you get to the docks, you can see it's quieter, and you don't really see a lot of people out and about. But this is definitely where like the road ends, and it's definitely in the area of where you sort of felt it. Now, right now, it's just you and Mare. So are you guys going to keep looking after it? What do you guys do?
Are there any windows? Wait, no, I still don't know where it was.
No, because it just basically blipped at the last little bit of your range. So you had a good direction as to like it's that way.
Mare's
about 1,000 feet. But
down an alley and hide in the shadows, and first she's going to motion towards the lucky lady to go get the others. Like she's going to like. Hopefully they had like a signal or something to like hopefully get it, and because you need to get the others. But she'll stay here to kind of like watch this main road area they're on, for any activity while in the shadows sort of thing.
Okay, I'm gonna climb down to her. I'm gonna affirm that message by just kind of wagging my tail at her face, and I'm gonna start heading back.
Okay, so you get back to the lucky lady. Mary, you're keeping watch.
Yep.
I turn back into my normal form just before coming back in, and I'm gonna relay the information, but in gasp because I just dashed the hell out of that.
So you guys see Matcha come in, out of breath.
There's a trace near the docks. Follow me. Let's go. Water.
Hand her a glass.
All right.
I start leading back with whatever I'm still drinking.
Okay, so you have a quick
Okay.
pound down some water. Okay, and you guys head back. So you make your way back to where Mare is, and it is sort of dark, and you're in the docks. So you guys right now are sort of. Mare is here. So in these alleys over here.
Perfect.
So we're gonna say. Everyone's coming, I assume.
Could I have said as well in waiting for the cat to come back that I could cast Identify again?
Mm-hmm.
Or Saren?
Okay. What are you casting Identify for on Saren?
The dagger I handed the dagger I took from the corpse.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So you cast Identify. It is not a magical dagger. It is just a regular dagger.
I just look at her and I'm like, we passed time.
Okay. As you get to the docks, there's multiple. No!
Oh, it's an investigation. Oh my god.
I'm deleting you.
Somebody used your image.
So you see Susan come out of this sort of building over here.
Not Susan. I didn't see any ping or anything. Okay, that one. All right.
And she looks over at you and she starts to laugh.
Wait, I thought we were hiding. I was definitely hiding.
Are you hiding?
Yeah, let's totally hide.
Oh, she's still looking at you. And she's laughing. Even though you think you're hiding. I mean, you did a good job at hiding, and she's looking straight at you. And out behind her comes Gerald.
Oh no.
And slowly, you see Susan shift, and wings come out of her back, and her hands extend into longer claws, and she grows these tiefling-like horns, and she sort of starts laughing, and she goes, "Well, you have been problematic."
Mama always said never trust a woman named Susan.
And you see Gerald's eyes are glazed kind of over. He seems kind of lost or mesmerized by this demonic presence and her beauty. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Gerald, baby.
You miss a session, you get possessed.
Is that canon? Are we gonna? Is that the rule now?
Yeah, no.
You miss a session, you get possessed.
That's right.
You get used by the evil people at the very least.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like I hope he'll come back. I don't know. We will see. Either way, I probably won't kill him right away. We'll see.
Well, you won't.
Probably.
I didn't say you guys.
We don't.
I don't know the power of my fist.
I'm gonna knock some sense into him with my hammer.
Okay.
We've seen his eyes glazed, but we did technically assume that he's one of them.
Yes, I already assumed it.
Oh my god.
So that's where we're at today. Good times.
That's good.
I will see you guys next Tuesday.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. We'll pick this up right where we left off.
I am never trusting
Sounds good.
another NPC named Susan ever fucking again.
I mean, it's canon.
I should have known when you named
just
her Susan.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Oh, just a question, DM.
Yeah.
In the downtime where Az and I were doing some like helping out with like any animal work and whatnot, were we able to gain any sort of like money for payment?
Yeah. So you guys will all. I didn't give you XP from last game either when you fought the Hellhounds. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong or not.
Yeah, we didn't get any XP last session, but I don't think we had any combat.
No, last session was not a combat session.
It was just all exploration.
Okay, so we'll do XP at the end of it. You guys will have made some money. I'll go over the details for that a little bit later. I'm gonna double check. But yeah, you would have made some like a couple days worth of wages off of like working.
All right, sweet.
So a day, like 2 days worth of wages. So I think it would be like 2.
Dalen was like focusing on making like potions, so I probably made like 1 per day. So is it okay if I add it? Yep.
Yeah, as long as you have the materials for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, I'm gonna take out 1.
So you can make 2 pots, and I will say you made 2 gold, matcha. From there. Cool.
All right. Cool. See you guys next week, then.
Thanks, everybody.
See you then. Bye.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Oh, wait, I'm forgetting this one. Okay, good night.
Night.
Bye-bye.